Nous essayons aujourd'hui de moderniser un peu. C'est à l'issue de ça que nous avons créé donc la SONASP, une société qui va se permettre de pouvoir exploiter et de commercialiser nos substances précieuses, notamment l'or. L'or que les jeunes exploitent, que d'autres personnes viennent acheter à vil prix et qui contribue à nourrir le terrorisme qui sort du pays sans que nous n'ayons aucun contrôle. Nous avons décidé de créer cette société pour essayer de reprendre le contrôle de nos sites miniers et pouvoir permettre aux jeunes qui y sont de produire de façon plus mécanisée et plus respectable.
If you see me in the streets, better holler at me. Seeking for a beat, throw them dollars at me. I don't like defeat, take that away from me. You tryna be like me, you couldn't handle my story. But we gon' let you know, we gon' let you know. We gon' let you know, we gon' let you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing, man? Thank you for tuning in, and this is your boy, Misterjaay. If this is your first time coming through, man, I appreciate you stopping by, and whoever connected you to Misterjaay, it's all love. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am a Marvelian, and on this platform, I do reactions on various topics and content coming out of Marveland. I do reaction music coming out of Marveland, entertainment coming out of Marveland. And for the past couple of days, man, I've been reacting on the recent political situation plaguing my continent. So that is why I do this. I'm a son of the soil. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this vlog, man, just like everything good that ever comes out of Marveland, there's always going to be an attempt to dampen it. There's always going to be an attempt to stop it. So this vlog, we are going to talk about the recent coup that has been shut down in Burkina Faso. Yes, there was an attempt to destabilize the government under Captain Ibrahim Traore, and we all know who caused this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of months ago, this beautiful country, Burkina Faso, beautiful, a French colony in Africa, they decided to take matters in their own hands, and they toppled the French colonial, the Western-backed leader who was doing nothing but impoverishing the country and enriching himself and his immediate family. Some context. Burkina Faso in English means land of honest people. Burkina Faso means land of incorruptible people. Let that sink in. And if you are a citizen from Burkina Faso, you are called Burkinabe. Burkinabe means upright person. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's come back. This country has had its own fair share of issues with the West. And in recent memories, we can talk about the recent leader who was Thomas Sankara. He was Pan-Africanist. He was pro-Burkina Faso. He was there to make things better for his people. He stood and he defended in the various speeches that he was given for his people. And there was a moment where that beautiful country breathed. They were happy that at least somebody has come into power. And that did not leave for so long, as his very own friend in the military assassinated him with help from, of course we all know, with help from the West, especially, you know who they're trying to kick out of that country, especially France. Now, ladies and gentlemen, intelligence and the news that Misterjaay is getting is that 3 soldiers in the military in Burkina Faso recently were plotting and they were trying to topple Ibrahim Traore. Now think about it this way. So this man, he came into power. He was sworn in as the interim leader for this country. This man stands and he is there to represent the interests of his people. This man has stopped. He has already put into place and he has forced the elite in the country to actively get involved in the creation of jobs for the youth in that country. This man stopped the exploitation of resources from that beautiful country by the West, especially by France, its colonial master. This man has been going around the country as a normal human being. He doesn't see himself as the supreme almighty like some of these other presidents from French colonial Africa do. This man rejected salary as a president, and he rather maintained that he was going to stay with his salary as a captain. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if this doesn't tell you that this man is a rebirth, the renaissance, the reborn of Thomas Sankara for that beautiful country, then I don't know what that is to you. But of course, as anything beautiful that wants to happen in Africa, as anything tangible that always trying to come out of Africa, the West, because they do not want nobody interfering with their pilferage, interfering with their stealing and robbing of natural resources from these various countries, in this case France. Of course, we all know that these three soldiers were backed by somebody. Now, don't take Mr. J's word for it. There's an article on France 24, a prominent French media house. They covered this arrest. They cover it. Burkina Faso arrest 3 soldiers over plot against the regime. And these people, nobody had to force them. They themselves, they approved the message. They confirmed that they were actually planning to destabilize the transition regime in place under Ibrahim Traore. And they went as far as stalking where this man lived, trying to understand his routine, trying to ensure that they get him at the right time. Now, this is flashback to exactly what Blaise Compaoré did to Thomas Sankara. He knew exactly where Thomas Sankara was decades ago, and then he attacked, and then he was assassinated. Now, ladies and gentlemen, some of you might be like, but Mr. J, why would you say that this is the West? Why would you say that, oh, this is a plot by France to destabilize and whatnot? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been known in Africa that whenever a president rises up to help, to be there for his people, to stand for the interests of his people, magically, somehow, a fellow countryman takes over and tries to do nonsense. Yes, I will still go back. The situation with the former president of this beautiful country, Burkina Faso, Thomas Sankara. Yes, you will ask Mr. J, but wasn't that his brother? Of course, he was backed by the West. There is no way you would tell me that these 3 soldiers acted on their own. There is absolutely no way. You can try, but I know for a fact that these people were prayed or they were promised something glorious should they have succeeded in taking over this regime. My fellow Africans, my fellow people from Burkina Faso, this man is there for the benefit of everybody. And this man has mentioned, and he has said it before, that he does not hate any foreign power in Burkina Faso. He is not there out of vendetta. He is there to safeguard the resources for that country. He is there to ensure that no Western power, no colonial imperialist takes advantage of that country any longer as they have done. And mind you, in a recent speech that he gave, and he talked about the West will put some of these puppets in position in Africa, all over Africa, and then they will use these puppets to still rob money. And one of the examples that he mentioned, he talked about some of these puppets in Africa going and getting a loan, say for 50 billion from the West, and then when the loan gets to Africa, these same puppets rob more than half of the 50 billion and take it back to bank accounts in the West. Guess who benefits in all this scheme? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to pray for this young leader. I want us all to stand with this young leader, because these are the modern Pan-Africanists that we have been praying for. Yes, he is 35. He took over. He was sworn in at 34. Just because he is younger than some of these old dictators who don't want to leave power, doesn't mean that he doesn't think. He himself told his fellow Burkina Faso citizen, think far. Do not be distracted by what the West is trying to do. And let me say this, neocolonialism birthed terrorism. Yes, neocolonialism birthed terrorism. The outcome of neocolonialism led to terrorism because some of these puppets never ever took the military seriously. They didn't invest in the military equipment wise, so that when these insurgency and these terrorist groups came in, they were easily overtaken. And mind you, more than 16,000 people have died in the hands of terrorists in that beautiful country. But my say is this, Burkina Faso citizen, stay vigilant. This is the moment. They will try, and this is not the first, or is it going to be the last? They will try everything that they can. The West is going to try. Okay, now leave your comment. Let me know exactly what you think. Who do you think was behind this attempt? Now let's be honest, let's talk. From me to you though, do not forget to give us a thumbs up, like, man, and be part of the family. I do drop vlogs every day on issues that contain the continent of Africa. I love you guys, man. Hey, it's one love. Burkina Faso, nous sommes ensemble, toujours ensemble.
Creation, reaction, God. Big up the RB family. Misterjaay, I see you. I know some artists don't do this. God bless you and your family.